I'm Charlie from Mercy University. So basically, looking at this, to my point, I believe it makes it transporting goods safe and easy. And also looking at it, it looks more affordable and it replaces manpower. Because looking at how you did it, I see was able to transport everything that you had on. So it's basically helpful. I would say it's helpful and it's really strong because nothing, looking at the poles, I realized it didn't move, it was still stable. So I like the concept. It's really a smart move.
Can you show us how you'd move 20 kilograms of water around the plantation?
So basically, it moves smoothly. It doesn't clog nowhere. It moves smoothly. And this will be easy for the farmers or whoever is using it to transport everything. And it moves back by itself. So I don't need to put in much manpower for it to move. It moves smoothly. I don't have to go ahead pushing it with my hand. It moves smoothly.
Let's move it all the way back to the digester.
Okay.
So you could go get fertilizer, right? Now, would you also...
Looking at this, I realized it wasn't moving. There was no movement, so it makes me know it's pretty stable and strong.
Yeah, you know, the great people from Backyard Ziplines wrote to me the other day, and they said, instead of doing this, which will be a failure point, that I should be putting in eye bolts and having one hook hold onto the eye bolt and another hook on an eye bolt on this side, so that it pulls the tension evenly instead of cutting down into here. Down here we just are spreading it with a 3-foot, so it's 3 foot. This is one 12-foot piece of lumber, 2x4, cut in half, so these are each 6 foot, and we found that when we get up at 5.5 feet, that's just enough for the line not to touch the ground when you have the bucket. And then over here you can see there's a 14-foot sling wrapped around the bottom of the tank, and that it's coming out of the corner of the tank, which is the strongest part going along the diagonal. And then we throw the food waste in there, and then the fertilizer comes out here so we could put the infected pods. Yeah. And then if you were to carry stuff across, let's see how that would look.
So smooth and easy. It goes easily. Perfect.
Yeah.
No extra manpower, no extra energy to just give it a little touch, and it does the job for you. I like the concept.
Thank you for that.
I really do.
I hope you'll come next year when we implement it at the farm in
I
Sopetran. And then, as you see, we're going to do one from there out to that tank there, and eventually, of course, in the mountains it would go up along the switchback.
And with the mountains, I believe it will be easy because of mountains, it's the slope and stuff. It will be way easier, and it will be able to carry heavy loads.
Yeah.
Because you see, even with here, we don't have that much slope.
Yep.
But still, it moves perfectly.
Yeah. And we're going to replace this. This is 3/16. We're going to replace it with 1/4 inch, so it's a stronger line than 3/16. There's some improvements we'll do, but I think the concept of a mobile zip line that farmers can easily set up, and then if they need to move it, they just drain the tank and then move it to another location and set it up. So it's not a permanent structure. It can easily be taken down. And you can see that the X crosses, they're not even anchored into the ground. They're just sitting on the ground.
So the X thing, is there a way you can put it like metal, or the wood is perfect for it?
Metal would probably be better. So as the concept improves, if somebody has something that's stronger than wood, yes, that would be preferable. And we're not assuming that people will be hanging on it. So if it were to collapse for any reason, it would just dump water or a basket of cacao pods. But we do want to be able to people to hook themselves on so they don't fall down the slope. But that could create a movement like that. Like if you pull on it, act like you're can you lean on it and put your weight on it? Yeah, see, but it's still stable. If you keep doing that, like how much, if you were going along the line, how much could you pull on it?
I mean, about 188. I'm 188 pounds, so 188 pounds would be on it. And looking at that, that's like a 1 ton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can carry a lot of meat.
But of course, because of the lever arm principle, cantilever, if you were pulling on it from there, your weight would be multiplied because you'd be a lever. Yeah. So there's some point at which the length, if you put too much pressure on it could pull things down. But so far it looks like even if I sit on it, I don't see any motion, right?
Yeah.
When you both sit on it, it's a little bit, but
Where do you see the tank is moving?
the stick,
Oh, that, yeah, right,
Down bow.
yeah,
they move a little bit.
right. So one doesn't want to trust it to human weight.
Yeah.
That's not the purpose of it, but it is certainly, and that is shaking. He's shaking the tank. That is the lever arm,
Shaking the tank.
right? Yeah, but it's not tipping over.
Yeah.
You are that. Well, that's the lever principle, sure. Okay, thanks. Oh, yeah, excellent. And I think what we did is we just pulled it so it's not, it's bent down a little bit. Isn't that funny? It's going to hit the bottom now. Ah, very good. Yeah. Yep. Perfect. Thank you so much. Mercy University original.